I think that it's definitely an interesting time. Like, it's always so weird, right? You hear like doomsday. It feels like we've been talking about a recession for, I don't know, over a year now, and yet it doesn't sometimes feel that way. So I don't know. To me, I don't think the math is mathing in general, right? Like I don't know how people are still buying all the stuff that they're buying, all that stuff, right? So I'm skeptical. But I would say that overall, I think some things have like slowed down. I think that it's still okay, but I think some things have just slowed down a little bit this summer. But like as of like last year too, a lot of things ramped up in July and August, because then it's like, okay, we need to really get we need to get some stuff together, to get Q4 going. And so I think people are really shopping around at that time to say, because this is like a make or break. It's like, they want to make sure they got the right people in the right, positions for a good Q4. I think there's going to be a lot more pressure personally on Q4 for a lot of brands. Like if they don't have a good Q4, I think that could be very hurtful. So I think there's going to be kind of a lot of like scrutiny on that side of things. But I think lead has been kind of like a little bit slowish, but that could also just be me putting out less content. And that kind of also could be a correlation too.
Yeah, similarly here, it's been okay. A little bit slower, especially on the account management side, but with consulting, that's picked up. So I'm wondering, are more people just trying to conserve budget? Are they just hiring greener people? Yeah, it's interesting, but I saw a similar shift when COVID started. But it's like, yeah, when is this recession really going to hit? Because people seem to be living how they're living, but credit card use is up.
I think we're already in a recession. We just call it something other than a recession, because I think people are trying to maintain their quality of life or whatever they want to call it on the credit card.
Yeah.
Economic discomfort.
Yeah. Like I was in Portugal, and a lot of Americans, a lot of Australians, more than I would think it's the Australians, only because it's halfway around the world for them. And so I think we're already in a recession. I mean, we've gotten, like you said, we've gotten more training consultant, account audit type leads the last couple of months, which is fine. I love it. It's more profitable work personally than sitting and managing accounts and trying to reach people's unrealistic goals at times.
I'm in the UK and it's quiet. I'm like, my network of freelancers we're all a bit like, surely this happens every sort of July and we just all need to hang tight a little bit. But it's the same economic situation over here in the UK. So it's a lot of ghosting, a lot of tire kicking going on over here at the moment in my world. But yeah, it's very quiet. I'm just like telling myself I've got to use. So a couple of my clients are not spending over the summer, and the leads are quiet. So I'm just trying. I've just got back from holiday, but I'm just trying to make myself use the time I've got to be a bit more useful for myself, or take some time back because I've had a busy year. But yeah, it's definitely quieter here.
I've always found July to be super quiet. Like I think the decision makers who would be like searching for an agency are also just, on summer break, their kids are home. They're not like looking to make big business decisions usually. And their businesses are kind of slower too. So it doesn't seem as, prudent or whatever, but usually that picks up in my experience towards the end of August, and then like September, October are really busy in terms of incoming. And it sort of slows down a bit in Q4 too, not necessarily who is looking around, but like whether or not they're willing to like make a decision right at that point. And the whole year seems like there's just more like hesitance for decision making in my view. But I agree also, like Q1 was when that was really like an unusual level. And it does seem like people are doing things again. It's just maybe they like it's a longer timeline to close new business, or they want, a lot more sort of hand holding before making a decision or that kind of thing.